What keeps you out of the outdoors? Is it time? Is it priorities? Is it gear? Is it anything? I don't know. What is it that keeps you from going and doing the things that you love in the outdoors, whether it's biking, kayaking, hiking, camping? What are those things? Something to have a little introspective on why we don't do the things that we love. All right, let's get into it. The first thing I can think of that really keeps me out of the outdoors is time. I just don't seem to have the time. Like you, lots of obligations, work, responsibilities with my kids, my family. Time is a big factor. How do you make time to get in the outdoors and do the things that you love? It's hard to manage all that, balance it between work and family and the passion that you have, whatever it is. I think you have to prioritize where you want to be and make time. Yeah, that's easier said than done. You have to set aside a specific allotted time to go hike, bike, whatever you do outdoors. And if you don't do that, it will never happen. You have to be deliberate about your intentions to get in the outdoors. And time, like a lot of the songs, like the Rolling Stone, time is on my side or not on my side, whatever that is. We just don't have time. It's always against us, I guess you could say, because everything's fighting for that. But I hear people say, and they write about on their deathbed or whatever, that if they don't do the things that they love, that's what they regret. They don't regret all the hours that they spend at the office, all those mundane tasks that they do. They regret not spending time with family or doing those things that they're passionate about with the outdoors. So time, that's a big deal. There's a longing down deep for me that says, get out there, go hike, go backpack, go kayak, go cycle. Do it, you've got to. Your soul is burning for it. What about laziness? Yeah, that's a tough one to call out because I have to look inward to myself on laziness. As I've gotten older, I want to go in the outdoors. I want to go backpacking. There's a lot of things that go into that. There's the preparation. There's the gearing up, knowing that you got to do all these miles. Because I film a lot, all the preparation that goes into that, charging batteries and making sure I've got everything I need. Sometimes I'm just not into it. I just become lazy. I don't want to push through the preparations to get myself in the outdoors. Once I get out here, I'm fine. But even today, I'm trying to do a 20-mile loop. There was a part of me that sat on the couch last night and just said, well, I can do it later, I'd do something else. I wasn't even gonna film this video. And then I was like, do I go out there and film? I have some other things I need to do. All those things weaved through my mind and I decided I wasn't gonna do it. But down deep in the basic instinct of who I am and who I want to be, I wanted to go hiking. And so I gathered my things, I packed up my gear, and that was pure laziness. I didn't want to go put the things in a day pack to hike all these miles today. You know, what's the risk reward? It's cold. Maybe I just stay home. But then there's this click in the back of my head is, wait a minute, what are you doing? You know you want to get out there. You know you want to hike and enjoy the leaves on the ground in late fall. Yeah, it's a little cold, but you can get your butt off the couch and go hike. Everybody has their own clicks that make them move forward and do things. You gotta have that thing in your mind that pushes you and says, I'm doing this. And keep in mind, this part of the video is all about me. You may say, oh, he's calling me out. Nah, it's all about me. Yeah, I don't want to be lazy. And the older I get, the more I want to be lazy. No, I'm not doing that. What about health? A lot of people don't get outdoors because they feel like their health is too bad. They've got significant issues in joint or heart or kidney function or whatever. And so they decide that it's not worth the effort. Whatever benefit they have will just not be outweighed by the pain. And I completely get that. As I hike up this mountain right now, I'm reminded by my knee that I've got significant issues there. I'm a little out of breath because I haven't hiked in a while. I know I'm out of shape. And so I get it. A lot of times I think I'm not gonna hike, I'm not gonna get in the outdoors. I just don't think I have it in me. But we can't give in to that kind of mindset that we put ourselves in of giving in to our health. I have come across so many people in the outdoors that have significant issues with their health, whether it's their kidneys or their heart or their knees, their joints, their back. They're actually in pain hiking all the time or kayaking or whatever, or climbing because of injuries or just, just things that happen. And then they're still out there. And then I remember people that I've come across that will watch my videos and say, I just can't get out there because of this issue. I empathize with what they're going through because physically they cannot do what they want to do to get in the outdoors. So I'm blessed at whatever rate I can do, whatever ability I have to be able to get out here. So to those that are struggling with their health and they can't get out in the outdoors, I completely understand that and recognize it. Those like me that have issues but can struggle through, I would encourage you to start slow. Don't bite off more than you can chew. The benefit outweighs the cost because at the end of the day, you feel like you've accomplished something. Health. That is a significant barrier and obstacle to getting in the outdoors. I'm not some ultra hiker. I'm not ultra fit, never will be. But I can get out here and I am blessed and thankful for that. What about gear? Is that an obstacle for the outdoors? I think for some people it is. If you go on YouTube, myself included, on my channel, you'll see a lot of gear reviews and showing a lot of ultralight, expensive gear that you feel like maybe you've got to have. And that's really just not the case. When you start in the outdoors, my thought is you start slow, you do day hikes, work yourself up to an overnight hike, and then you do multi-night hikes and backpacking trips. To start in the outdoors, all you need is maybe your child's day pack or backpack for school, some good shoes, a few essential items. I'll put them here. There's the 10 essential items, but for a day hike, you don't need expensive stuff. Just make sure your shoes are comfortable. You've got the layers you need. Maybe some essentials like first aid and definitely a flashlight or headlamp, water, hydration, and some food for what you need. And I'm out. And you're done. You're in the outdoors for a day hike. That's all you need. So don't let these people make that a big hurdle for you, myself included. If you look at my videos, I'm just a gear nerd. I love gear and I'll recommend it, but I certainly won't say you have to have it. Don't let people scare you away or make it a huge obstacle being in the outdoors with gear, and enjoy the outdoors or enjoy what I'm about to see of you, because that's really what it's all about for me. What about your mental health? I've talked about physical health, but an obstacle sometimes that is the highest problem for me, or the biggest problem for me, is my mental health. Sometimes I'm anxious. I've mentioned laziness, but that really goes back to my mental health. Sometimes my mind is just not focused on things to be in a place where I can be in the outdoors. What I've found is once I get in the outdoors, especially on a multi-day trip, after about the second day, the different layers of an onion seem to peel off and I can focus and be more in tune with where I am in the outdoors. But it doesn't take away the struggles, and it definitely is an obstacle. When your mental health is not good, when you know, the chemicals in your brain, whatever. You just cannot put yourself in a place where you can be in the outdoors because your mind is too focused on internal processes that keep you away from the things that you can love. Whatever that is for you, and I know the struggles, don't let that be an obstacle, because the benefit outweighs the cost in the outdoors. Once you get there, it is something to be connected with nature to help maybe some of the chemical and neurons process of the brain. I'm not going to pretend like I know, but for me personally, when I get out here, there is a sense that all is right in the world again, no matter what I've gone through the previous day or days before. Find ways to get yourself in the outdoors if that's your passion. What about failure as an obstacle to the outdoors? I was thinking about that as I came upon this sign that got knocked down, and then hopefully someday somebody will pick it back up, but right now it just lays down. It doesn't have the ability to get itself back up to point people in the right direction. Well, that happens with failure in the outdoors. When I started, I would many times bite off more than I could chew, do long distance hikes, overnights, and temperatures that I wasn't ready for and my gear wasn't ready for. That failure prompted me to say, you know, I love this stuff, but I'm really not thinking I need to be doing this. It's just not my thing. Well, that's why I think that those people who love the outdoors have an embracement of failure. You fail and then you get back up and you do it again. It's happened to me so many times. I'm pretty open about my failures on this channel and my videos. You know, I just don't really see the sense and ego out here. I am who I am. I'm no super athlete, but I do love being out here in nature. It does bring me back to neutral and gives me self-worth and motivation. But don't let failure get in your way. You're going to fail out here. It's just part of it. And when you do, you just simply get back up, and your love of the outdoors pushes you to the next adventure. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. One of the last things I'll touch on is ability. What a word, ability. Ability to be in the outdoors? Nah, there's no such thing. A lot of people will compare themselves to others, especially in this YouTube stuff that I do. I don't know why, I just enjoy it. I enjoy making videos. But there is some sort of idea out there that you're comparing yourself to others when you're in the outdoors, hiking, people who do long distances, short distances, multi-day trips or whatever. And when you're in the outdoors, it's not about a competition to me. I don't know how anybody gets to that place, but also in your mind, don't let that be an obstacle. Don't think, well, I just, you know, I can't do this stuff. I'm not a long distance hiker. I don't have the gear, the abilities, or the skills to get through the day and all the gear that you need to do the things that you do. No such thing. Don't let that be an obstacle for yourself in the outdoors. At times I've probably done that to myself and think, well, you know, I can't do these videos because I'm not some ultralight hiker. I'm not a long distance hiker. I've not done any of the major trails. So what? Who cares? It's all about not comparing yourself to others. I don't really care what people think of me. If I did, I certainly wouldn't be doing these videos, because it just opens yourself up to ridicule and judgment and whatever. So what I would say to you is, lastly, as I depart from this introspective bunch of malarkey probably, don't let yourself be compared to others to get in the outdoors. Just get out there. If that's something you love, and that's something you want to do, get in the outdoors and enjoy it. Enjoy it for yourself, for your own benefits, whether it's mental health or it's physical health or it's just joy of nature or whatever it is. Get in the outdoors and love it for what it is. Thank you guys for watching this episode of As the Crow Flies Hiking. I hope you got something out of it. What I would like you to do is comment below. Tell me what obstacles you have had in your passions. Maybe it's not the outdoors, maybe it's something else, but what keeps you from the passions that you have, from actually doing those things? I think it's a good discussion. I hope you think so too. Comment below. I'll see you on the next adventure of As the Crow Flies Hiking.